Sir,
Yes, Jovita,
sir,
Tejasvi.
sir, we learned about ammonia do not contain any OH minus and so much questions we have learned.
Okay. The property of acid, that what are acids? Acid base indicator, we have done this one, acid base indicators.
Yes, sir.
We have done this one. Strong acid, weak acids.
No, sir, we have not done.
We have not done this one. A strong acid and weak acid we have not done. And have we done this one, that that is chemical properties of acid? Have we done this one?
So only physical properties of acids.
Physical properties of acids we have done. Okay. So wait a minute. Okay, let me plug in the headphone. Then we're going to start this one. Okay. So everybody in the class, please turn on your camera. Turn on your camera. Let's start. Is this the types of acid, that is strong acid, weak acids? We're going to discuss this one. Types of acids. Types of acid and bases. Okay. If you are having any doubt regarding to this topic, and so note it down. Okay. And moreover, I'm just going to, and please let me know. I will check the types of acid and base. Say that is strong acid. One is strong acids. They are also called mineral acids. Mineral acid. And another one is the weak acids. Weak acid. They are also called organic acid. Organic acid that we obtain from the organic substance like lemon, tea. Okay. So what are the definitions of strong acid and weak acids? Let me explain you. So actually, you know that when an acid is added to water, okay, whenever we add acid to water, you are very much familiar with this one. Then acids dissociate their H plus ions in aqueous. Okay, acid dissociate their H plus ions in aqueous. This is H positive and Cl minus. Okay, H positive and Cl minus. So when we add it to water, then it will start dissociating like this. Okay, let's suppose if I'm just taking the 10 molecules of HCl and add it to water, then these 10 molecules are going to split almost, means H positive and Cl minus ion is going to dissociate almost. Okay. Now, if I'm just taking in a weak acids, let's suppose if I'm just taking an example of CH3COOH. So let's just suppose if I take the example, if I take 10 molecule of CH3COH, it is a weak acid and it is also called ethanoic acid, and it is, or we can say its common name is acetic acid. Acetic acid. So if I'm saying this is CH3COH, so if I'm taking CH3COH, okay. So almost all the molecule remain same, only one or two molecule get dissociated into H positive and Cl minus. Okay. Got it? Almost all the molecules are dissociated. Only one or two molecule get dissociated. Almost all of them remain same. Okay. So what's the definition of a strong acid and weak acid? Those acids which when added to water, they completely dissociate their H plus ions, are called strong acids. And those do not completely dissociate their H plus ions. They partially dissociate their H plus ions. are considered to be as weak acid. Now you understood the definition? Everybody in the class?
Yes.
Yes,
Great.
sir.
Abhi, you understood? Okay. So let's discuss and okay. So please note down the definitions of strong acid and weak acid. I'm just going to write here. Strong acid. Strong acids. Those acids which completely dissociate their H plus ions in aqueous are called strong acids. For example, HCl hydrochloric acid, H2SO4 sulfuric acid, HNO3 nitric acid, HBr hydrobromic acid, HBr, etc. Okay. What are weak acids? Those acids which partially dissociate their H plus ions in aqueous in are called weak acid. For example, okay, for example, like HNO3, sorry, H3PO4, phosphoric acid, S3PO4, S3PO3, phosphorus acid, and we have H2CO3, the carbonic acid. Okay, we have another one also, CS3COH, CS3COOH, ethanoic acid. So note it down, please.
Done, sir.
Okay,
Sir.
okay. So let's move further. Similarly, we have the bases also. Bases is strong base and weak base. Strong base and weak base. A similar definition is for strong base and weak base. That strong base are those bases which completely dissociate, dissociate OH negative ions in aqueous in aqueous, and weak base are those bases that partially dissociate H plus ions in aqueous. Sorry, OH negative ions. OH negative ions in aqueous. The example for a strong base is NaOH, KOH, NaOH, sodium hydroxide, KOH, potassium hydroxide. That's all one. And weak base are like magnesium hydroxide, Mg, OH whole twice, comma, zinc carbonate, sorry, zinc, magnesium hydroxide, ammonium hydroxide. Okay. Calcium hydroxide. I'm just making a star over it. So why I'm making a star, we'll discuss it later. Okay.
That's all.
Okay. So let's start. Now let's start the fresh topic. Is the chemical properties acids. Is my voice is clearly audible? Is it lagging or it is clearly audible? Abhi, are you there?
Sir, it's lagging a bit.
Sir, it breaks in between.
It's breaking now. So why are you not saying I'm having to? Because accidentally I have connected to different Wi-Fi. I just not use correct. Okay, so I have to connect it with some other one. That's why I'm surprised that why this voice is clearly audible to you. This internet connection is not very good. I just opened my laptop and just forgot to connect it with some a different Wi-Fi. So wait a minute. Okay, so let us start chemical properties of acids. Okay, chemical properties of acids. So first of all, acids when react with metals, they form salt plus hydrogen gas. Okay, so you are very much familiar with these reactions because that reactions we have also studied in the metals. There's terms and conditions. There are some terms and conditions for both acids and also for metals. Also for metals. And what are the terms and conditions? Let me explain you that metals should be more reactive. Metals should be more reactive than hydrogen. Hydrogen in the reactivity series. In the reactivity series. And here, okay, understood? Why it
Yes.
should be more reactive? Why metal should be more reactive than hydrogen?
So that it can displace hydrogen from the acid.
Yeah, because it is simple a displacement reaction. Okay, it is a simple displacement reaction. That's why. Okay, so let's start. That if I'm saying that acids, like for example, if I'm having H2SO4, when react with zinc, so what it will form? Tejasvi, tell me, what did it form? Yobita, you are muted.
ZnSO4 plus H2.
Yeah. So you know that this hydrogen is from the acid is being used for producing the hydrogen gas. Now this part SO4 and zinc called, you know that zinc is going to have +2 valency that we have given in the valency chart, and SO4 is going to have -2 valency. So if both are same, they are cancelled out and they form ZnSO4. You understood? The formula will be ZnSO4. Got it? Similarly, if I react this H2SO4 plus sodium, H2SO4 when react with sodium, tell me what should be the product. Abhi, you tell me.
Na2SO4 plus H2.
Na2SO4. Na2SO4. Okay. Na2SO4. Na2SO4. Seriously, you understood why Na2SO4, why not NaSO4? You understood this? Got it? Why we write here Na2SO4? Why don't we write NaSO4, the formula for sodium sulfate? Why it is correct, why it is incorrect? You understood this?
Yes,
I'm
sir.
not listening to you.
Yes, sir.
Sure? Because
sir.
Na is going to have one valency and this SO4 is going to have two valency. So that will be Na2SO4. Got it?
Yes, sir.
So let's move further. Let's move further. Okay, tell me the product. When HCl react with zinc and HCl react with copper. Tell me. Tell me what should be the product formed.
HCl react with Zn will be ZnCl. So can you hear me?
ZnCl. Yeah, I'm listening to you. Yeah. Yes, I'm listening to you. Yes, ZnCl plus hydrogen gas.
Yes, sir.
Is it
ZnCl.
correct, Jobita? Okay. Jobita, you are muted.
Sir, it should be ZnCl2, right?
Yeah, it will be ZnCl2. Why? Because it is 2 here and Cl is 1. So the valency of ZnCl2 will be the formula for this one will be ZnCl2. Okay, so I'm marking here that they just we need to learn the valency chart again. I'm going to send you the Tejasvi and you have to memorize this again. Okay, so this is ZnCl2. Okay, now moving to the next part is HCl. HCl when react with copper chloride will give you CuCl2 plus hydrogen gas. Okay, is it correct? Is it correct?
Yes, sir.
Veer,
Yes, sir.
Veer, why have you turned on? Let me turn on the focus mode and wait. Okay. Now you can turn on your camera. Okay, I will be able to see whether you are getting my point or not. Okay, so will it be correct? Subita, Tejasvi, CuCl2 is correct.
Yes, sir.
Sir, but copper is less reactive than hydrogen.
Yes, copper is less
So it
reactive than
won't, so
hydrogen.
no
It will not,
reaction will take place.
it will not be able to displace. So since it is a displacement reaction, the reaction, note it down, the reaction between acids and metals is a displacement reaction. It's a displacement reaction. Okay, it is a displacement reaction and That's why the metal should be more reactive
Noted, sir.
I'm just speaking. I'm just muted and I'm just speaking. So done? Everybody? Noted?
Yes.
So
Yes, sir.
here this should be more reactive. So this will be no reactions. Sometimes the questions comes on this topic. No reactions. Okay. Now moving to the next part is for example, if I'm saying acids when react with next property, acids when react with bases, they form salt plus hydrogen gas. Salt plus hydrogen gas or salt plus water? Tell me.
Salt plus water.
Salt plus
What?
water. Salt plus water. Okay. Let me give you one more that you are studying in the previous topic. Just this, there is also a terms and condition that whenever a metals that I have also taught you this one in the previous classes that we have discussed on the not metals and non-metals. So you need to keep in mind that sometimes this question is being asked in the examination that if we have instead of HCl H2SO4, if we have HNO3, then HNO3 will not be able to produce hydrogen gas on reaction with acids. Why? Because HNO3 is a strong oxidizing agent. It oxidizes the hydrogen gas produced to water. Okay, it is a strong oxidizing agent. So what happened here that this hydrogen gas that is being produced, it burns it, or we can say it oxidizes it and form high water. Okay, so in case of HNO3, if I'm going to give you this example, we will solve the questions also on this topic. Okay, so if in case of HNO3, in case of HNO3, okay, when HNO3 react with metals, the hydrogen gas is not produced, because HNO3 is an strong oxidizing agent, is an strong oxidizing agent. Because HNO3 is a strong oxidizing agent and it do not and it oxidize the hydrogen ions to of acids to water and itself get reduced to any nitrogen oxide. Like NO2, N2O5, NO2, N2O5, etc. So what I'm going to explain you here, let me explain you that if you have HNO3 and if you are reacting it with some metals like sodium, so it is not going to give you that HNO3. It is not going to form sodium nitrate NaNO3 plus plus NaNO3 plus that hydrogen gas. It is not so. It is not so. HNO3 when react with sodium will not produce hydrogen gas. It oxidizes it to water. It oxidizes it to water and itself get reduced to some of the nitrogen oxides like NO2, NO3, some other, okay, N2O5 oxides, okay. So it is not going to oxidize like this. Got it? You understood? So here the hydrogen gas is not produced. Understood my point?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
So
sir.
this is a special case of HNO3. So if we remove the HNO3, okay. But here are two questions that usually come in the examinations, and that is about the special case that there are two metals. There are special two metals that can react with HNO3 and can produce hydrogen gas. So the question has been asked in the example, in the NCERT example, okay, that with the two metals that are still able to produce hydrogen gas on reaction with acids with HNO3, that is magnesium and manganese. Magnesium and manganese are the two metals which when react with even with HNO3, they are produced to hydrogen gas. So have you noted this one? Shoaib, are you there in the class? You are not responding any questions. Shoaib,
Yes, sir.
why are you turn on your camera?
Sir, I do not have a camera right now.
Okay, are you getting my point? You are not in saying yes, sir, no, sir. Don't asking any questions. Please, ask something, okay? This will be beneficial for you and me both because I will think that Shoaib is attending the class sincerely. He is taking interest in the class. So I will ask you some questions. Your doubt will be cleared, okay? So participate in the class. Got my point? Got
Yes,
my
sir.
point? But there is still two metals. There are still two metals. That is magnesium and manganese that can even produce the hydrogen gas on reaction with HNO3. So note it down. However, magnesium and manganese, Mg and Mn, manganese are the two metals which on reaction with acids can produce which on reaction with acid means with HNO3 can produce hydrogen gas. HNO3 When react with magnesium, it will gives you magnesium nitrate, MgNO3 whole twice, plus
Noted, sir.
it, let me show you the questions. It's a question. Like this one, I'm just going to show you. Please remember this. This today is going to today we are going to have class. Hmm. So this is question number 40. Generally, when metals are treated with mineral acids, hydrogen gas is produced. When metal except magnesium and manganese treated with HNO3, hydrogen gas is not liberated. Why? Okay, so it is being asked that. So please note this question, and we have written the answer for this question. So please note down this question, question number 14 in your copy. Generally, when metals are treated with mineral acids, the hydrogen gas is liberated. But when metals treated with HNO3, hydrogen gas is not produced, liberated out. Why? Because HNO3 is a strong oxidizing agent. Okay, please note it down.
Done, sir.
Done. Is there anyone who's still writing? Yes, Faiz, why are you late?
Sir, my network was not working just now. I got it, so I joined.
Are you in Dubai right now?
Yeah, I'm in Dubai. My network was not working.
Is there any specific problem taking place in Dubai? Most of the students who are in Dubai, they are just facing the similar problem that they are not having the internet connection properly. So is it this is specifically not your from your not from
No, sir.
means I'm just
Actually, my father just changed him Wi-Fi. In the middle, it was not working, so it's not every
okay.
time.
Okay. Because Dubai is considered to be as developed country. Okay, developed city. So that's why I'm just saying. Okay, now let's move further. So you understood, dear student, that why HNO3, the case of HNO3. If you are having any problem regarding to this topic, then let me know. Okay. So magnesium and manganese are the two metals who can still produce the hydrogen gas on reaction with HNO3. Okay, and there are the two terms and condition when metals react with acids, that the metal should be more reactive than hydrogen in the reactivity series. So if you are not if you have not written the reactivity series, so please note it down side that the first at the top is potassium, then sodium, then calcium, then magnesium, then aluminium, then zinc, then iron, then tin, then lead. And this is hydrogen here. Okay, so I'm just writing hydrogen, then copper, then after the copper is silver or mercury, then silver, then gold, then platinum. Okay, so this is Hg is mercury, this is Ag is silver, Au is gold, it is platinum. Okay, Sn is tin, Pb is lead. Okay, F is iron, aluminum, zinc, and copper. This is sodium. This one is potassium. Okay, so if you are having any problem, so please note it down, your names. Okay, this is Cu is copper. So this is the reactivity. So these metals do not react with acid. Don't react with acid. With acid. Okay. Because there comes low hydrogen in the reactivity series. Now moving to the next property of acid is acids when react with we were just discussing the metals. Okay, acid base. Okay, this one is acids when react with base, it will gives you salt plus hydrogen gas. Salt plus hydrogen, sorry, salt plus water. Okay, you understood? Everybody understood? So this is general equation. Then when acid, like if I'm having HCl react with NaCl, NaOH is base, then it will gives you NaCl plus hydrogen gas, sorry, plus water. Okay, so this is acids, this is base. So acid base when react, this is salt, and this one is water. You understood? You understood?
Yes,
Jobita,
sir.
Abir?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now moving to the, please note it down. Moving further. Acid base when react with, it will give us salt plus water.
Noted, sir.
Okay. So let's go further. Now, if I'm saying that this acids react with base gives you salt plus water. Okay. So I have told you that the salt is going to form here. Okay, the salt is going to form. Now, the type of salt, if we take strong acid, I'm saying that if we take strong acids when react with weak base, weak base, it will give you acidic salt plus water. You understand? Similarly, strong acids when react with strong base, it will give you basic salt. Sorry, neutral salt. It will give you strong acid, strong base. Just replacing, I'm just writing this one also. Okay. Strong acid and react with strong base, it will give you neutral salt. Neutral salt plus water. You understood? Understood?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, now moving to the next part is, if I'm saying that strong so now weak acid when react with strong base, so it will gives you
Basic salt.
what? It gives you basic salts plus, okay. Now if I'm saying that weak acids when react with weak base, it will gives you
Neutral salts.
neutral salt plus water. You understood? Done? Note this one.
Yes,
Yes.
sir.
Abhi done? Shoaib done? Pi is done?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Done.
Yes.
Okay, let's move further. So if I'm saying that strong acids, I have given you the example, you have written recently the examples in your copy. Some is strong acid, some is strong base, weak acid, and weak base. Okay. So I'm just writing again because some students joined the files join later. So I'm just writing here strong acid, strong base, weak acid, and weak base. Examples of these. Okay. Okay, so strong acid is HCl, HNO3. Okay, and H2SO4. Weak bases, sorry, strong bases NaOH, KOH. Similarly, weak acid is H3PO3, H3PO4. This is phosphorus acid. We write phosphorus acid, and this one is phosphoric acid. Okay. Similarly, H2CO3, this is present in cold drinks. That is called carbonic acid. Carbonic acid. SCH3COOH, that is ethanoic acid. Ethanoic acid. And weak base, like weak base, we have ammonium hydroxide. We have, this is ammonium hydroxide. Ammonium hydroxide. Like similarly, we have ammonium hydroxide, calcium hydroxide. Okay, we have zinc, not zinc, ammonium hydroxide, calcium hydroxide, magnesium hydroxide. Okay, so these are the weak bases. Okay, a strong base is HBr. Done. So we have written this one. Now on the basis of this one, let me give you the examples. What happens? What is the name of the salt? When HCl react with base, that is magnesium hydroxide. What is the salt form? Tell me. What is the salt form and what is the type of salt form is HCl react with magnesium hydroxide. What is the product form? You know, this is acid, this is base, so water will be formed. What is the salt form? Name the salt form.
MgCl2.
MgCl2. Yes, because magnesium chloride. Mg is going to have 2 valency and chloride is going to have 1. So they will cross multiply each other. This is from magnesium chloride. Tejasvi, you understood?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, moving further, we will have this one. So the type of salt, it will be acidic salt, basic salt, or neutral salt.
Acidic
Tell
salt.
me.
Acidic salt.
This will be acidic salt. Okay. And similarly, if I ask you, the next question is ammonium chloride, NH4Cl. Okay. Ammonium hydroxide, when react with H2SO4, what it will form? Ammonium hydroxide when react with H2SO4, what it forms? Ammonium hydroxide is NH4 positive and hydroxide is -1, and that is H2SO4 is H positive When it gets H positive and SO4 minus 2, it will going to gives you. Okay. So tell me, you know that this is base, this is acids. So when they react, they will going to form water. Now the salt form, tell me that salt form. When ammonia, NH4 and SO4, both are going to make salt. NH4 and SO4, when they are going to make salt, what should be the formula? This is 1, this is 2. Tejasvi, Yogita,
Yes.
tell me.
NH4 twice SO4.
Yes, this 2 will goes to this side. Please, dear students, I just my heartily request for you that please memorize this valency. Otherwise, you won't be able to write even the formula of the compound. Okay, so valency is very important. This thing you have to memorize. NH4 whole twice, then SO4. Got it? Got it? So this
Yes,
is
sir.
ammonium
sir.
sulfate. This is ammonium sulfate. Now let me tell me that whether it is a acidic salt or basic salt. Tell me, will it be acidic or basic salts?
Acidic salt.
Acidic salt.
Yes. This is a strong acid. This is weak base. This will be a acidic salt. Acidic salt. Now coming to the next. Done this one?
Yes, sir. Done.
Yes, we done. Shape 5 is
Yes,
done.
sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
So next, going to the next portion is, for example, if I'm having this CH3COOH, when it react with NaOH, what is the product form? So let me tell you, when CH3COH dissociated, it gives you CH3CO minus NH positive ion. So if I'm writing here minus sign, this is means that its valency, the whole of this ion is going to have one valency. Okay, one. So tell me what's the product form? This is a special case. Most of the time this is being asked. So you must memorize this one properly.
Sir, NaCH3COO plus H2O.
Na CH3COO.
CH3COO.
Yeah, you are right, absolutely right. But this is a special case. We can say that in the chemistry, actually, when we have a single element, like we have Cl minus and H, so we usually write this H on the plus H on the right hand side and Cl minus on the left hand side. Sorry, H positive on the left hand side and Cl minus on the negatives on the right hand side. Okay, so we usually write the negative ions on the right hand side and the positive ions on the left hand side. Okay, because this is generally a single ion, like as we have H2SO4, we have here H and SO4, because actually this hydrogen is being attached with the oxygen, but this is a special case. Just it is also be considered as correct. No one is going to cut it, but in generally the way of writing this ion, this salt, is like we write it like this way: CH3COON. This is a special term. We write CH3CO, the negative first, and then N. Okay, this is called sodium acetate. Salt name is sodium acetate plus water. Okay, so just keep in mind that this is one positive is written on the left hand, on the right hand side, and here means this is an exception. Okay, you understood? That's why I'm just marking here a star. Okay. Now tell me, will it be acidic salt or basic salt?
Basic salt.
Basic salt.
This will be a basic salt. Basic salt. If I'm asking the next is, if I'm asking this H2CO3 then react with calcium hydroxide, will it be acidic, basic, or neutral? What type of salt will it give you?
Neutral.
Okay, tell me. This when react with this is carbonic acid, this is calcium hydroxide. When react, it will gives you water. Then what type of salt will it give you? Name the salt. Name the salt form.
CaCO3.
OH is going OH and the H of acid is going to form water. Okay, that this is H2CO3 and that one is CaOH whole twice. Okay, so this positively charge of this base and this negatively charge of acids are going to form the salt. This portion and this portion is going to form the water. Okay, so when you react, this is calcium is going to have 2 valency and carbonate ion CO3 is also going to have 2 valency. They will cancel out and form calcium carbonate. You understood? Is my voice is still lagging or is it working properly?
So it's lagging.
Still lagging.
Yes, sir.
Still lagging. Okay. But internet is very fast. My internet is very fast. It's disconnected or it is get disconnected. Okay. Okay. So let's take this will be a calcium carbonate, okay, and that would be a CaCO3. But CaCO3. But you need to keep in mind this is an important case that this calcium hydroxide is in front of weak acids become as a strong base. If we keep the strong means if I just reacting this one, this calcium hydroxide with a strong base, sorry, with weak acid, this is weak acid. Now it is behaving as a strong base. So it will be a basic salt. Basic salt. This is an important case that we're going to discuss. So many questions comes in examination related to this one. Okay. Keep in mind that calcium hydroxide, when react with weak acid, it behave as a strong base. Okay. Like here, if I'm having this another example, let's suppose if I'm having H3PO3, H3PO3, yeah, H3PO4, H3PO4 when react with calcium hydroxide. So it will give you calcium phosphate. The formula for calcium phosphate will be Ca2 and PO4 is going to have 3 valency. So if you have not memorized this one, please memorize. I'm just repeating this statement again and again. Ca3PO4 whole twice. Okay. This is calcium phosphate. What is the name for this one is calcium phosphate. Calcium phosphate. Okay. And this is going to give you the this is a basic salt. This is a basic salt. Okay, this is basic salt. Basic salt. So now keep in mind that calcium hydroxide, when react with weak acid, it is not so much weak that it can neutral the weak acid. It behave as a strong base here. Okay, and it is not so strong that it when react with strong acids, so it will gives you a neutral salt. So I'm just going to explain you again that it is a weak acid again. And this now here it is behaving as a strong base, behaving as a strong base, okay, behaving a strong base. Okay, got it? Understood, everybody?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Is my voice is clearly audible?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, now moving to the next portion is, let's suppose if I'm saying that H2 SO4 when react with Ca, which whole twice. Now this is strong acid. Now here it will behave as weak base. It will behave, this is strong acid. This will behave as weak base. Okay, behaving Here. So in front of a strong acid, calcium hydroxide behave as weak base, and it will gives you calcium sulfate. So it will be an acidic salt. Acidic salt. Okay, plus water. Got it? Like if you are having HCl, HCl, when react with calcium hydroxide, it will gives you calcium chloride, CaCl2 plus water. Okay. So keep in mind that it is behaving strong acid, now it is behaving as weak base. So this is a special case of. You understood?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Is there any doubt regarding to this topic?
No, sir.
No, sir.
So what I'm saying here is that note the statement that in case of calcium hydroxide, let me write it on the next slide. In case of calcium hydroxide, it when react with strong acid, with strong acid gives acidic salt, but when react with weak acid, it gives basic salt. Example, Ca3PO4, Ca3PO4 whole twice, Ca CaCO3. These are basic salt, and similarly CaSO4, CaCl2. These are strong. Yes, these are acidic salt. Acidic salt. Please note it down properly.
Done, sir.
Then, sir.
Done? Sure?
Yes, sir.
Done, sir.
Let's move further. Let's do this one. I'm just going to give you this one in the homework. Okay. So wait a minute. What of the type of question being asked in the examination on this topic? Let me show you. Okay. So this type of question, find out the missing data. Okay. And sometime it is what are strong acid, weak acid in the list, means in this list, and separate the strong acid and weak acids and the salts of this one. Okay. So this is being asked in the examination. So you have to find out that this ammonium chloride. Okay, ammonium chloride, this is the formula for ammonium chloride. So it is being asked that if it is ammonium hydroxide is base, so what should be this? Its parent acid. What should be its parent acid? So its parent acid would be what? HCl. Okay, this is some similarly the copper sulfate here. This copper sulfate means if it's this is going to have the copper H2SO4 as a parent acid, then write down the formula of salt, that is copper sulfate here and the base. Okay, so you have to do this one. Got my point? Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
So you are going to get this one in the homework. You have to fill the missing sentence, and you have to, I will add something more, that you have to tell me that whether the acid is this this salt is acidic in nature or basic in nature. Okay. Got it? Or neutral
Yes.
salts. Okay.
Yes.
So that's all for today. We'll meet you in the next.